Hey guys, just checking in here today on doing a cook on the Shirley Fabrication patio model. Some guys on the Facebook page have been asking me to put up some more videos and some more pictures of the build just so they can see it. And several guys have said that they're looking to do some of the similar upgrades that I did. So happy to be of help. Ask any or answer any questions you guys may have. Feel free to message me, whatever. Happy to talk to you guys. First, I'll just kind of say what I'm doing here today. I'm doing some ribs. I'll show you guys in a minute. I'm using a couple of my really favorite seasonings here. Meat Church Gospel, just an all-purpose rub. You can use that on really just about anything: pork, chicken, beef, whatever. Also, Simply Marvelous, their Sweet Seduction. This is probably my favorite, the Simply Marvelous Sweet Seduction. I've been using this stuff for probably about 3 years or so and just love it. It's incredible. They make it here locally in Southern California. I think you can get it on Big Papa Smoker's website as well. I know you could a while ago. I don't know if he took it off or not, but highly recommend it to you guys. It's really good if you like some sweetness on your food. I'll show you what I'm cooking here today. Sorry, I know I'm kind of moving around. I don't have a tripod yet, but I've got 3 racks of ribs on here, just some St. Louis style. They're all seasoned accordingly with what I just showed you guys. They've been on about 20 minutes or so. I'm not really sure kind of what the hot spots are on this thing yet. I'm going to learn, but I kind of figured over here on the left, since it's where the heat's coming up, that's probably the hotter area of this. So I put the thickest slab right there. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments and I'd appreciate it. I was Googling it beforehand trying to figure it out, but not quite yet there. So cooking with an offset is just completely new to me, and I guess in my decision to do this, I'd rather just buy once and cry once and get the real deal. You'll notice I normally would have my ThermoWorks smoke up here to monitor this, but we just moved into our new house and we're still unpacking stuff, and I just haven't been able to find it yet. But I just am going to rely on these gauges here. Speaking of the gauges, I don't know if you guys have noticed these before or seen them. I personally haven't on pretty much every Shirley video I've watched. So I don't know if Paul decided just to do this uniquely for mine, but they're pretty cool. They look good with the stainless shelf and the stainless handles. It just flows really well. My only minor criticism is they're a little difficult to read, but that's not that big of a deal. That's just being really nitpicky, but overall I think they look really awesome. Got the warmer, it's flowing through there. I'm not cooking anything in it today, but I will for Thanksgiving coming up here. There's a fire we got going here. I started with about 4 splits and about 3/4 worth of a chimney of briquettes. And got this thing fired up in about 45 minutes or so. So give you guys a couple more angles of this thing. So yeah, I literally feel like a kid on Christmas morning with this. I've been on the list for a while, and when I got that call, I was just so excited. And it's really hard to believe that this thing is finally here. But for you guys on the list that are still waiting, just be patient. It's totally worth it. I cannot say enough good things about the Shirleys, and just the way that Paul communicates and keeps you updated on things, and plus just the quality of these things too. I mean, just take a look at the welds on this. It's just incredible. I mean, if you didn't know better, it looked like a machine did it, but definitely not. It's just incredible. And you run your hand along this thing and you're not gonna hit any snags, just nothing. It's just absolutely incredible. And I'm such a neat freak and a little OCD at times, and I even hate to see these little marks down there. It drives me nuts, but it's just part of it. Just it's gonna get dirty over time. I've still got some adhesive on here from some tape that was on there holding some nuts and bolts, and I just haven't put any glue gun on there yet to get rid of it, but I will over time. So I'll check back in a little bit and give you guys an update on how the ribs are coming along, and so show you a little bit more on this. All right, so it's been about 2 hours since I put the ribs on. It's a little bit later here in the day, obviously. It's starting to get kind of dark, not quite yet, but close. I noticed I had a leaking pipe on part of my property about an hour ago, and I had to step away for a little bit, and in doing so I realized I didn't put any wood on for a while, and the fire really died down. So The pit is now sitting just under 200 degrees. So I just threw a couple more splits on a minute ago to try to get this thing back up, and she's pulling pretty well, drafting pretty well here. So I'll show you what we're working with. Check on these ribs, see how they're coming along. Looking good. Spritz these things up a little bit. Just using apple juice. Normally I'd try and do apple juice and maybe some cider or something, but I didn't really have anything until my wife picked up some apple juice earlier and brought it home for me. So, step back a little bit here and just see how this is drafting. I'm also drafting through the warmer as well right now. I'll show you that in a second. Sorry for the wonky camera angles, guys. So again, here's the warmer. Threw some splits in here as well, try and warm those up. And I realized earlier today when I fired this up, I didn't season the baffle block. So I threw that in here today as well with some olive oil on it, or some peanut oil. I don't remember what I used, but so that thing's in here seasoning up as well. Close this back up. Check on the fire. It's coming back. As I mentioned, I stepped away, almost lost it for a little bit there, but it's coming back. I'm just using all white oak. I probably will try red. I just haven't bought it yet, and everybody I know keeps telling me that red's a little stronger than white, and I think with Thanksgiving coming up and doing turkey, I don't want to use a wood that's just overly strong by any means. So, and for you guys wondering, that's an 805 beer, local beer here. It's awesome. Also got my smoking buddy here, Duke. Duke, unfortunately, you see the bandage on his leg. He was bit by another black widow or brown recluse last week. We're not really sure what, but so his foot's all bandaged up while he's on some medication. Poor guy. But all right, we'll check back in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back here. It's about hour 5 and the smoke is done. So the cook is over with. I'm just gonna pull the meat off here in just a few minutes, but I thought we'd just kind of close with some final remarks here. You know, seeing this is my first actual cook with this thing, I'm real happy with it. You know, this thing did exactly what I thought it would do. It performed better than I thought it would, really. I noticed that basically it goes on the left side here, it's a little bit cooler, gets hotter here, and then the warmer is obviously the coolest, you know, because it's got to travel all the way across. But you know, the big exhaust stacks, you know, really kept the air flowing through this extremely well. I ended up moving the meat down a little bit under the next, the lower rack. I did notice that this was a little bit of a lower temperature down here, and I was starting to get too much color and too much bark on the ribs up top. The warmer, honestly, I am so happy I got this thing. I was really on the fence about it at first, but it really saved me today by being able to put a lot of wood in here, just to keep it warm. And when I pulled it out, I did notice a big difference. The wood was not hot to the touch, but it was warm. I mean, I put it in the fire and it started up immediately. And I did notice a difference with the wood that was in the warmer versus the wood that was not in the warmer and went into the firebox. The wood in the warmer definitely caught quicker and burned a little bit more efficiently. Wrapping up here as well, I'll just make a couple comments about the ribs you guys saw. I didn't wrap them this time. Normally on my pellet grill, my Mac, I do wrap. Even on my charcoal smoker, I always wrap the ribs. It's my very first time doing it, where I didn't actually put foil on here. I also didn't put any barbecue sauce on either. We have a friend over tonight who has an allergy to tomatoes and is gluten-free. So I just basically kept these things bare. And, you know, if people want to dress them up later, they can. But this will be pretty cool to see how they turned out. And I think they are going to be pretty awesome. So wrapping up here, if you guys have any questions, comments, you know, happy to answer them. Let me know. And if you guys have any feedback as to if you like the videos, if you don't like the videos, you want me to touch on anything else, I'm happy to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna make a YouTube channel that's gonna really go on for a long time, but if you guys want me to, I'm more than happy to. 'Cause, you know, I love doing this. I'm out here all the time, and you know, I love to talk about how cool the Shirley Fabrication smoker is. So, all right, guys, we'll wrap up and have a good night.